Hey, y'all, come look at this.
All right, what's up, what's up, what's up? I'm doing this one last one for the night because I got to get out of here. But you will get to see this one. Well, you should be watching this. This is the next day by the time you're watching this. But I'm doing this the night before, okay? But anyway, before I get into this video, let me just go ahead and read this copyright disclaimer for disclaimer purposes. This video features materials protected by the Fair Use Guidelines of Section 107 of the Copyright Act. All rights reserved to the copyright owners. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Criticism, comment, reporting, teaching, research, scholarship, okay? Bear in mind that this is a YouTube video for entertainment purposes. Now, that is my disclaimer, okay? So, we're gonna jump into this video. Now, listen, excuse me, I want y'all to bear in mind something. The only reason why I'm sharing these information with you guys is because these are things that we should know. We should know, and we actually have a right to know these things under the Disclosure Act. And not only that, this is something that former President Bill Clinton made aware, or he made it privy to everyone, because he himself, which we're going to see, he himself said it, okay? So there it is. I gave my disclaimers, so let's just sit back and watch, all right? Now, there's a lot of controversy going on about, the government brainwashing people and they doing all these things. So we got a side, we got one side that says, oh, the government's not doing that. The government wouldn't do that to somebody. How could they do that to you without you knowing or without your consent? But I'm going to show and prove in these videos that this is a real and actual thing that has been going on by the very people that are supposed to be protecting us. Okay? So let's go.
This is the story of a 30-year search by U.S. intelligence agencies to perfect mind control. Some of those engaged in that search have agreed to talk about it for the first time. One said, I think every last one of us felt sorry to attempt this kind of thing.
Now pause right here. I just want to say one thing. Now, not for nothing, but when I first came across the video, I was like, I remember seeing that on TV, like real talk. And a lot of you all that's in your 50s and above, you can probably remember and relate exactly to what I'm saying. Back in the days, let me tell you something, especially late at night, they would show things on TV that I guess they didn't want us to see or expect us to see because they probably thought we would be sound asleep or whatever, or maybe they was playing it on purpose because they don't do anything by accident, okay? So it's probably played on purpose, but a lot of these things were being played on television back in the day. But for some reason, the lights wasn't on and nobody was paying attention. Some people were, but a whole heap of people, it went right over their head, okay? But yeah, they used to play this stuff on TV. Because there's a brother coming up, he's going to be crying. I distinctly remember that brother.
We knew we were crossing the line. The search would be endless. From brothels, an agent says, we learned a lot about human nature in the bedroom. To the mystical rites of a magical mushroom ceremony performed by an Indian shaman. To a Spanish bull ring. The bull has had electrodes implanted in the brain and is controlled by a scientist. There would be victims.
this, man.
One intelligence agency tried to peel this man's mind back to reveal its deepest secrets. This man worked on some of these programs. He would write of his work, it was fun, fun, fun. This is the story of the search for mind control.
ABC News Close-Up, Mission Mind Control.
Boom, you hear what that said, right? What it said, ABC News. Yo, I didn't even know that part was going to be in there like that. But you see, I wasn't lying. They used to show this stuff on television back in the days, but then we know what television correlates to. Tell lies to your vision. But this ain't no lie, baby. Like I said, the former president even admitted to it.
With ABC News correspondent Paul Altmeyer.
We are not professing to tell you the complete story of these activities. We are professing to tell you the complete story that we know. But these records that we've uncovered don't tell the story. They tell pieces of it.
This is a story that has been told in bits and pieces. This is an attempt to pull most of it together. We know we don't have the full story. We do, however, have some striking new revelations and insights. The story begins here, just off the nation's front yard, the Mall. The buildings behind me were the headquarters for the World War II Office of Strategic Service. It was here that the first halting steps toward mind control began. The shaper and molder of OSS was General Wild Bill Donovan. He said of his group's work, "We may have made mistakes, but we were not afraid to try things that were never done before." In this anything-goes atmosphere, Donovan appointed this man, Stanley Lovell, a Boston industrialist, to break new ground in many scientific and technical fields. Donovan...
See, this is the problem right here. This is the problem. The minute they started bringing these industrial men into medicine and, you know, things dealing with the mind, the psyche, you know, all these areas they had no business being in, okay? But the minute they started letting these people into these fields and their little experimentations and whatnot, you all know the rest.
Called Lovell his Dr. Moriarty, after the fiendish professor in Sherlock Holmes. Lovell liked the name and posed for this Saturday Evening Post photo. He later wrote of his OSS job that it was, quote, to stimulate the Peck's bad boy beneath the surface of every American scientist, and to say to him, throw all of your normal law-abiding concepts out of the window. Here's a chance to raise merry hell. It was...
Wow, throw all your law-abiding concepts out the window. Y'all hear that? Oh my God. Oh my God.
In this atmosphere that the search for mind control began. This bizarre man would be an active participant in that search over the next 2 decades. His name is George White, an OSS captain who had formerly been with the Bureau of Narcotics. In his diary, seen here publicly for the first time, White left a legacy of the darker side of American intelligence work. He received his early OSS training at the British-run school at Oshawa, Canada, the same school where Ian Fleming, the creator of James Bond, was trained. White referred to the school in his diaries as the Oshawa School of Mayhem and Murder. Mike Burke.
Pause. Well, it might not have been 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't really know what time it was. I just thought about that and figured I should say that.
Former OSS colleague of White's and now president of Madison Square Garden Center.
Very compelling fellow, mysterious fellow, almost mystical fellow. He was fascinating because you knew something about him, but not enough about him to really get a fix on him. He also knew a great deal about the swifter elements of society, the gamier side of life. And he was very impressive in his technical knowledge of the underworld, so to speak.
He said one of our men gets beat up. He says you have to act real fast and teach these guys a lesson.
Charles Siragusa, a former narcotics officer and friend of White's.
He'll come around, he says, and break your kneecaps. And with that one guy laughed, And George would always have little Billy with him. And this one guy saw us naked. George White turned around and whacked him across the neck with it. Then he picked up the pool stick and started beating everybody up.
He made his point.
And he made his point.
George White was not a man of understatement or subtleties. His boss at OSS, Stanley Lovell, referred to him as deadly and dedicated. In this note from White's diaries, it says, "Call Lovell regarding TD." TD was a rather transparent cover for Truth Drug. George White worked with the Truth Drug Committee here at St. Elizabeth's Hospital in the nation's capital. They experimented with mescaline, scopolamine, and marijuana on unwitting victims. The committee soon learned...
Come on, man. You hear this? You hear this? On unwitting victims. Now, you know, that's just like, wow. Come on, man. And then, you know what I'm saying? That goes against everything godly. That's why these folks can't tell me nothing about no God. Okay? You can't tell me nothing about no God. Okay? And I wish, and I ain't here to judge nobody, but I so wish for all my brothers and sisters to learn who it was that taught you about God. Okay? Because obviously we must have been communicating with God the wrong way all these years, because we still here, we still fighting, we still marching, we still getting Billy clubbed upside the head. Okay, I sure would like to know where this God is that's supposed to come down here and save us. Okay, but I keep saying, the God you're looking for is at the end of your arm, all right, at the end of your arm.
There was no easy panacea, no truth drug at this stage. But White and later colleagues would not stop trying. The goal remained the same. As this 1952 CIA memo says, the aim is controlling an individual to the point where he will do our bidding against his will, and even against such fundamental laws of nature as self-preservation. But it was a discovery here in Basel, Switzerland, at Sandoz Laboratories by Dr. Albert Hoffman that led the intelligence agencies of America to believe that they had found the panacea. The discovery was lysergic acid diethylamide, LSD. The film that you see is considered by many experts to be the closest illustration of the effects of a hallucinogenic.
It was one of the first times that anybody had run into a powerful drug that was different than anything else that they knew anything about.
Why were these people making these kind of drugs? Seriously, for what? For what purpose did LSD have? Because who did it ever cure? Who did it ever help? Now we got a bunch of messed up people, black and white, okay? Hispanic, Native American, Asian, it doesn't matter. The list goes all through all nationalities, okay? Walking around here all messed up from all these experimentations that was done on them back in the days, you know what I'm saying? And now they old, feeble-minded, can't get no proper help from the government. You know, because the government then used them up and threw them away. You know what I'm saying? It's come on, man. This is just crazy, yo. Like, why do we even need these drugs? For what? For what?
John Gittinger, recently retired chief psychologist for the CIA. This is the first time Gittinger has been interviewed publicly.
We could disable a whole city by putting a very small amount on a water supply. After all of these years of us, those of us who were involved in looking for this secret drug, this was the only thing that began to look for the first time like it might be something like that.
The CIA's interest in LSD was intense. The worry was that the Russians would get hold of it. Were the Soviets into LSD?
I'm going to have to say I'm sure there were, but if you ask me to prove it, I've never seen any direct proof of it.
But at one point, intelligence information received from Switzerland said that Sandoz Laboratories was about to put 100 million doses of LSD on the open market. And it caused enough concern within the agency that the United States was prepared to buy the entire supply. However, a slight mistake had been made. The mistake is made public for the first time.
I just found out by the new CIA document that there were no such large quantities of LSD on the market.
John Marks has filed numerous Freedom of Information suits against the CIA and has unearthed much new material. He is the author of The Search for the Manchurian Candidate, a history of intelligence agency work with mind control. He is a consultant for this report.
What happened is that there was a military attaché in Switzerland.
So I'm really playing this for all you people out there that keep running around here and talking about, oh no, the government wouldn't do that, they didn't do that, how could they do that without our consent? They wouldn't do that to us, telling everybody that tries to put it out there for you that we're crazy, we're lying. Now you heard that this is coming from, what was it, NBC? Okay, so I told you, man, nobody's making this up. Look at how grainy this video is. This video is obviously old. All right, these documents really do exist. These are things that they have done to actual people, beings, human beings, okay?
An American officer who got milligrams and kilograms mixed up. In other words, he made a mistake of thinking 1/1000th of a gram was the same as 1,000 grams, which is a mistake of 1,000,000 times. So when the CIA got the intelligence that there were 100 million doses on the market, in fact, there were 100 doses.
The man who would oversee the CIA's research into drugs and most of the agency's behavior programs is this man, Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, a chemist. Dr. Gottlieb declined ABC News' request for an interview. In their never-ending search for the miracle weapon, CIA operatives searched here in the remote mountain areas of southern Mexico for what up to then had been considered a myth, magic mushrooms.
Shrooms, yeah, y'all love shrooms, don't y'all? Man, I want some shrooms, yo. Everybody wants some shrooms because you want to go to that next level. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. If you know how to use it, and if you're using it for certain reasons, fine. But I mean, you know, a lot of y'all out here, y'all just using it to get high, you know, and that's it, you know, and see what I'm saying? This is what I be talking about, man. You know, they put these things out here to take you down, to take us down, to destroy our families, destroy our loved ones, destroy our communities, turn our neighborhoods into hoods, and then you all join in and participate. It's just like I said with the video I got getting ready to show at about 3 o'clock. I got the premiere coming out at 3 o'clock, so y'all stay tuned for that one. But I said the same thing in that video. Y'all goggling this stuff like mouthwash in the morning and eating it for dinner at night. And it's really sad. It's really sad because y'all have become exactly what they made most of y'all to be. Straight up, I'm keeping it real, 100%. All this stuff they put out here just to destroy your mind, kill your brain cells, kill who you are, kill what you are. When they say kill the man, kill the woman, but keep the body.
They used this man, a part-time chemist with the CIA, to dupe this man, a vice president of a bank and an amateur mycologist or mushroom expert, to try to get to the magic mushrooms and turn them into a drug. But it would be the amateur, R. Gordon Wasson and his colleagues, who would win the race and develop the drug psilocybin from the magic mushrooms.
We went into the Mazatec area, far from the highways, remote from Mexico City. There we found that rotten bagasse, as it's called, bagasso, covered with mushrooms. These mushrooms I didn't know, had never seen. They were the sacred mushrooms.
Wasson would also discover and record the ancient mystical rites of the mushrooms from a local shaman or magical priestess, Maria Sabina.
And we were seeing incredible sights. They would go slowly or they would go fast as I ordained. All your senses are rendered acute. We say that you see visions, you see hallucinations, but that doesn't begin to tell the story. The hallucinations are only part of it. You hear sound, you smell things. The night was thrilling.
Word of Wasson's discovery reached the CIA quickly. Dr. James Moore, a University of Delaware chemist, secretly served the CIA preparing deadly chemicals on short notice. Moore was instructed to get close to Wasson and accompany him on another trip to Mexico to...
Preparing deadly chemicals. Wow. Like, somebody please tell me, what did we need these drugs for? Did they save lives? What did they do? What did they do? Who did you put this LSD on that it actually helped, that it actually cured? Please let me know that, let me know that, email me or something, okay? My email is in my description, all right? Because I would like to know. Seriously, I would like to know, because I see a whole bunch of folks out there just all messed up off this stuff. That's all I see. All I see. You can't talk to them, you can't reach them, you can't get to them because they're gone. They're not even there no more. They just a body walking around. That's it.
Get the magic mushrooms. Internal documents show the CIA felt a drug.
A community rates low on an information scale when the press, radio, and other channels of communication...
Let's check this one out, all right? I don't want to stay over here too long because I'm not going to play that whole thing. And I'm not going to be here too long. This ain't going to be a long video.
A community rates low on an information scale when the press, radio, and other channels of communication are controlled by only a few people, and when citizens have to accept what they're told. In communities of this kind, despotism stands a good chance. See how a community trains its teachers.
Bear this in mind. Young people cannot be trusted to form their own opinion. This business about open-mindedness is nonsense. It's a waste of time.
Yo, you see this? I'm telling you, man, they used to show these on television. Way back in the day, all of these was on television. So these are no secrets. These are just old television footage, but they were on television. Okay? Because a lot of under this stuff, I remember. Even though I was a little girl, I remember. Okay? I might not have been paying attention back then, but yeah. They used to show these on television, man. I'm telling you. Play that back a little bit.
This business about open-mindedness is nonsense.
You hear that? This business about open-mindedness is nonsense. Oh my God.
It's a waste of time trying to teach students who think for themselves.
Uh-oh, did you hear that one?
It's our job to tell them.
Uh-oh, did you hear that one?
And when teachers put such training into practice, despotism stands a good chance. These children are being taught to accept uncritically whatever they're told. Questions are not encouraged.
How can you ask such a question? Have you got a textbook?
Yes, ma'am.
Does it say here that our law courts are always just?
Yes, ma'am.
Then how dare you question the fact? Sit down.
And so we aren't surprised when...
But it must be true. I saw it in this book, right here.
And if books and newspapers and the radio are efficiently controlled, the people will read and accept exactly what the few in control want them to. Government censorship is one form of control.
Yo, I hope y'all paying attention, man. I really hope y'all paying attention because this is some real stuff right here. I'm serious, some real stuff right here. You hear me?
Are you serious right now, bro? Like, are you serious right now?
Yes, I am. You see it?
A newspaper which breaks a government censorship rule can be suspended. It is also possible for newspapers and other forms of communication to be controlled by private interests.
And that's what they would do, yo. That's what they would do back in the days when they would put forth something, a mandate, a rule, or whatever they called it. If they put out some type of new drug or some type of new stipulation, like I said, a mandate or whatever, if you went against it, you didn't agree with it, don't speak out loud about it, because if you spoke out loud about it, your ass is liable to go to jail or just get completely shut down. Because they were quick to do that. Back in the days, I'm telling you, man, laws way back then was like outdated and very archaic. For real. You couldn't speak out back then, man. You couldn't speak out. It's crazy. It's not funny, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? So, you know. Ah, man, but let's go.
I thought I told you to kill that story. It'll cost us a lot of advertising. If that story goes out, I quit. All right.
All right. See you later. Have a nice day.
Challenge.
Now check this one out right here.
Schools train people to be ignorant with style. They give you the equipment that you need to be a functional ignoramus. American schools do not equip you to deal with things like logic. They don't give you the criteria by which to judge between good and bad.
Now, he's not lying about that, because I did a video some time back, and I read to y'all from my book of how, what was it, former President Woodrow Wilson back in, what's this, like 1913 or something like that maybe, how he even said that he want 1% of the population to have a, you know, regular education, while the rest basically was to be dumbed down. Okay? So, I mean, 1%, only 1% is gonna get the real deal, and the rest of us is just gonna get dumbed down? This came from President Wilson's mouth, okay? The same president that played Birth of a Nation the night of his inauguration, okay? So yeah, and it's crazy, but I mean, these things really went on, like, and I read it to y'all straight from the book, okay? Out of the book, or it was a snippet that I snatched off a line, but I read it to y'all, okay? And I also have it in the book, all right? And I believe I read it from the book. In that video, I'll try to find that video and link it so you guys can go back and watch it. But anyway, yeah, man. He said he only wanted 1% to have, you know, the real deal education, and the rest basically would be dumbed down. Okay, and this all falls under the so-called father of education, John Dewey. John Dewey was the father of education, yeah. So, I mean, this stuff goes a long way back, baby. This stuff goes a long way back. There was never no plan for not no serious integration. There was never no plan for this peace. You know what I'm saying? There was never no plan for that, you know? So, all I try to say to y'all is this, especially for my brothers and my sisters, for anybody that you've been rejected, neglected, and just mistreated. Why can't you see? We are all in the same boat. Okay? This is not a black thing, this is not a white thing. Okay? It's a black thing because I am a melanated woman. Okay? Secondly, it's a black thing because we the ones that get done the worst. Okay, but don't think for a minute they don't get done dirty too. They get done dirty just the same. Okay, they've been victims of a lot of this treatment, experimentations as well. All right, you know, so it's time for us to just wake up and just see what's been going on. Why do you think the world is half out their mind? Half the population is gone mad. Where do you think it come from? Where do you think it come from? Because you can go back just 20 years ago, you didn't see all these people walking up and down the street just yelling and talking to themselves. I mean, I know that a lot of it had to do with the, what we call it? Come on, I'm trying to think of the word. I know a lot of it had to do with the Venus and Mars being in retrograde. I know a lot of it had to do with things that were going on astrologically, and it was causing people down here to act up and react out a certain way, but a lot of it had nothing to do with that because it was going on before all these astrological signs started occurring, okay? This is results of all these experiments that went on. Okay, excuse me, I said experimentations, well, whatever. Experimentations, yeah, that's right. Experimentations that went on. I told y'all I'm having some dental work, so I'm trying to get it together over here. But yeah, you know, this is all the result. So now when you see people getting on a train, bugging out, acting crazy, like the brother Jordan Neely that was just unalive in the train incident. How you know when you see these people getting on trains and just acting crazy like that, that they might not have been a victim of some kind of experimentation, okay? Because people don't just usually go crazy over nothing, all right? You don't just be sane one day and then just go crazy like that and nothing occurred, nothing happened, something just malfunctioned in your head, just malfunctioning. It wasn't nothing going on. Everything person. We just done got to see one of our people or somebody get on the subway acting crazy. We just done got conditioned to just saying, oh, he's crazy, get away from him, because we've lost all our compassion. Now, I'm not saying if somebody jumping up on a train or a bus or a plane or wherever, waving a gun, a knife, a stick, or a bat, talking about they're going to kill everybody, even if they don't have none of that, but talking about they're going to kill everybody. I'm not saying you should just sit there and do nothing. No, by all means, do something to protect yourself and whoever you with, okay? But don't just dismiss the fact that, yo, this could be a victim of something like this. That's all I'm trying to say. We got to start showing a little more compassion.
Medium or format, and they prepare you to be a usable victim for a military-industrial complex that needs manpower. As long as you're just smart enough to do a job and just dumb enough to swallow what they feed you, you're going to be all right. But if you go beyond that, you're going to have these grave doubts that give you stomach problems, headaches, make you want to go out and do something else. So I believe that schools mechanically and very specifically try and breed out any hint of creative thought in the kids that are coming up.
Here go your boy right here. Here go your boy right here. Jazzy Bill, ain't that what y'all used to call him, Jazzy Bill? Because Jazzy Bill played the saxophone and he smoked weed. He's down with us. He's one of us. That's our white brother. That's what everybody was running around saying, right? And then the men, oh y'all went crazy when y'all found out he got his you-know-what in the White House, okay? Yeah, Jazzy Bill. Jazzy Bill, the same one that admitted that they were doing this to the people. Who are the people? The American people.
Thousands of government-sponsored experiments did take place at hospitals, universities, and military bases around our nation. The goal was to understand the effects of radiation exposure on the human body. While most of the tests were ethical by any standards, some were unethical, not only by today's standards, but by the standards of the time in which they were conducted. They failed both the test of our national values and the test of humanity. Informed consent means your doctor...
See, this is what they do. Yo, wait a minute, hold up. Say what? Yeah, this is what they do. This is what they do. After they done got through experimenting all on you and doing whatever they want to do to any one of us, okay? That's what they do. They come down and they apologize. They apologize. If it's your job, they might give you a nice shiny watch. Oh snap, put your picture up on the wall. Employee of the month. You walking around with your chest all out all week, talking about, hey, put them fries. Yeah. But that's what they do, man. You know, it's not funny, man. I don't mean to be laughing, but you know, y'all got to get up on what's really going on, baby. For all my people, you sitting there right now looking at the screen with your mouth wide up and open like, oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, oh my God, look at this. This is 1995. Those videos I showed you go back to probably 1980 something, okay? Especially the first one. All right, that was like 1980, 1990, okay? But yeah, y'all got to really start paying attention, man, and find out what's going on. But I'm just saying, this is what they do. No disrespect to those in you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to, you know, they already messing with me here on YouTube as it is. Excuse me, like I don't know it. You know, shadow banning me and whatnot. But I'm just saying, though, man, y'all got to start paying attention to what's going on. You know what I mean? Y'all got to really start paying attention to what's going on and what's been going on, you know. And like I said, stop looking at people when you see people, you know, walking down the street mumbling to themselves. Yeah, I was eating wood. And what did you say? Get your hand out my pocket. Stop looking at these people like, what's wrong with him? Oh, he's crazy. Get away from him. Ew, move. You know, y'all got to stop doing that because you don't know a person's story. You don't know a person's story. He just told you some of the things that they did were ethical. How can it be ethical if you did it without the person's consent? It could never be ethical if you did it under those pretenses. That's deceitfulness. Okay, that's what that is. That's being deceitful. That's intentionally trying to harm so that you could find out what radiation, how it would affect the human body. You understand what I'm saying? So just pick some awesome, and it's so sad because as we all know, it's usually either some poor person, white or black, but they poor, okay? No, and they probably ain't got that much of family, so if they go missing, nobody gonna come look for them. Nobody gonna care. Okay, that's who they'll snatch up and do all these things to. Okay, or somebody that's laid up in the hospital. You think they ain't, look, y'all better start going down to the hospital, man, and seeing your family members. You got family members in the hospital, y'all better start going down there and checking on your loved ones, checking on your kinfolk. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all leaving these people down there with strangers? You know what I mean? Thinking that just because the man got a stethoscope around his neck and a badge, a title that says doctor, okay, that they really care about you because they took this Hippocratic oath, okay? Hippocratic. That's funny because Hippocratic sounds like hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, man. Y'all really got to start waking up and getting focused out here. For real. This ain't no time to keep playing around with yourselves and with your loved ones. You say you love them. You say you care. Well, do it for your babies. If you don't do it for yourself, at least do it for your babies. But I mean, seriously, you know, because look, man, like I said, we had a whole heap of brothers coming home from, Vietnam, all messed up. My uncle was one of them, okay? All messed up, okay? Going crazy in the mind, just messed up, all right? And then what? Got thrown away. Got a few checks for a while, maybe even a few years. And then after that, cut off. No explanation, no nothing. You know, after they done been exposed to all these chemicals and treatment, you know what I mean, different forms of experimentation and whatnot. You know, but this is what's going on. And then every single year, we sit up here and we put these people right back in charge. And then you send your babies off. You don't know these people. Some of y'all don't even go down to the school that your baby go to. Don't even know your baby's teacher formally. What has happened to you? I got to keep talking to you, my brothers and my sisters, until somebody hear me. What has happened to you? What? What has happened to you? You're up here screaming about the children. Oh, the children, look what they're doing to the children. Oh my God, the children. But half of y'all ain't even paying attention to your own children. Your own children. What you think they doing to them up in these schools? Touching on them, picking on them, all whatever they want to do. They doing it to us in real life. And then your baby's inside this building, closed in all day. See what I'm saying? Probably scared to tell you what's really going on. And then you hear all these horrific stories all on the news. We got to stop always trusting everybody to take care of us. And learn to take care of ourselves and take care of one another.
Tells you the risk of the treatment you're about to undergo. In too many cases, informed consent was withheld. Americans were kept in the dark about the effects of what was being done to them. The deception extended beyond the test subjects themselves to encompass their families and the American people as a whole. For these experiments were kept secret. And they were shrouded not for a compelling reason of national security.
That is some bullshit. I'm serious, man, but like I said, that's what they do. You know what I mean? After they get through, get through with you, get done with you, that's what they do. They throw you away. Or they come and they apologize. Or if it's a job, they might give you a nice shiny watch or a nice shiny ring. Thank you for your services. You know what I'm saying? And then out the door you go. Go on, get down, go on, hurry up. But you keep going back. You just keep on going back. Eyes are coming, yes, eyes are coming, eyes are so coming, mess. But I'm just saying, man, listen, I'm not here to make fun of nobody. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we gotta find a way to laugh about this. We gotta find a way to laugh about this, because real talk, we did a lot of this to ourselves. Y'all can sit around and blame whoever y'all want to blame, but we did. We did. You know what I'm saying? And I heard a brother talking about it. Okay, big shots fired at the van over there at the LRF family, the LR. I can't even call it. I keep messing it up. Plus, this thing is bothering my mouth. But the LR family, okay, yeah. So shouts out to Van over there. He's doing big things over there. Really good brother. Really does seem to care. You know what I mean? But yeah, he even said it. Who's the ones that's out here selling the drugs to one another? Who's the ones that's out here passing the guns off to one another? We are doing this to ourselves. But I'm going to get up out of here because I don't want to be here long. So on that note, y'all, you know what I mean? You start paying attention. Get focused. For real. Get focused. Get focused, all right? Get focused. Start paying attention. Seriously. And I'm out. Peace. Love y'all. I do. And don't worry, we gonna make it. We just gotta get together.